Your brain has a hidden button that can switch off obsessive thoughts before sleep. But why does the mind suddenly speed up the moment the lights go off? Why do memories, regrets, and random worries replay when all you want is silence? And if the same brain that stores pain can also bring calm, how can you reach that state on purpose instead of waiting for exhaustion to finally knock you out? Tonight, we'll explore this mystery from two powerful angles. First, the wisdom of ancient thinkers who already warned us about a restless mind and taught how to quiet it. Then, the surprising modern science that maps the brain network behind night overthinking and reveals how to turn it off. Stay with me until the end, because you'll learn a simple 60-second ritual to press this hidden button, silence your racing thoughts, and fall asleep fast and in peace, starting tonight. Why does the mind become so loud when the world finally goes quiet? Think about what usually happens when you lie down at night. The lights are off, your body is still, and suddenly the day plays back like an unfinished movie. A conversation you regret, a deadline waiting tomorrow, a what if about the future. Your mind jumps from one scene to another like a child running through a dark house turning on every light. This is not just inconvenience, it's an ancient human pattern. For thousands of years, people have noticed that the moment before sleep can feel like a meeting with every ghost of the day. Aristotle wrote about how thoughts reappear in the quiet of night because the senses are no longer busy with the world outside. When we stop looking and talking and acting, the inner theater takes the stage. The Stoic philosophers warned about this too. Seneca said that the mind torments itself by rehearsing tomorrow's troubles long before they arrive. He advised a nightly ritual of examining the day, forgiving mistakes, and then letting go, almost like cleaning a room before closing the door. The goal was to walk into sleep with a lighter heart. Buddhist and mindfulness traditions echo the same wisdom. Thich Nhat Hanh taught that when you close your eyes, you don't have to fight your thoughts. You can watch them drift by like clouds, refusing to chase them. By not clinging, you let the mind settle. Ancient monks even practiced short breathing and compassion exercises right before sleep, a way of saying to the brain, "You're safe now, you can rest." These teachings were practical, not abstract. Imagine a farmer in ancient Greece finishing a long day in the fields. As he lay down, he remembered debts, fears, mistakes. Aristotle would tell him, "This is natural, your senses stopped working outwardly, so the mind turned inward." Seneca would advise, review, forgive, and release. A Buddhist master might say, breathe, smile to the thought, and let it float away. All of them saw something modern science would later confirm. Night is the moment when the brain turns from outside noise to inside noise. It's when unprocessed worries surface because there's no distraction left. And if you don't know how to guide that shift, the brain keeps spinning. But here's where the hope begins. The same deep mechanism that allows memories and pain to stay alive also means the mind is malleable right before sleep. The ancients didn't have fMRI scanners, but they felt this truth, that in the quiet you can either feed anxiety or plant peace. And if you plant peace deliberately, the night becomes a place of healing instead of rumination. So tonight, we're going to bridge that ancient wisdom with modern understanding. We'll look at what neuroscience has now mapped, the network that fuels this midnight overthinking, and how you can learn to turn it down. Because the philosophers were right, the moment before sleep is powerful. But now we finally know why. What exactly happens inside your brain when the lights go off and your thoughts refuse to stop? Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, a set of brain regions that switches on when you're not focused on an external task. It's the mental stage for self-talk, daydreaming, and replaying memories. During the day, this network is partly suppressed because you're busy responding to sights, sounds, and action. But the moment you lie down and the world goes silent, it wakes up like a theater crew when the audience leaves. Suddenly, it projects every fear, regret, and unfinished plan on the inner screen. Imaging studies show that when people are mind-wandering, the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate cortex, key hubs of this network, light up. This is the same circuit involved in self-reference and sometimes in depression and anxiety. It's why overthinking at night often feels like falling into a private echo chamber. But here's the discovery that changes everything. The default mode network is not a prison. It's plastic, especially in the minutes before sleep. Research on neuroplasticity and memory consolidation shows that the brain is still reshaping itself as you drift toward sleep. The very mechanism that stores pain and reinforces anxious patterns can, if guided, rewrite and calm them. Think of it like a computer running a background backup. If you leave it alone, it will save whatever file is open, even your worry and regret. But if you feed it a calm, clear instruction right before the save, the system stores peace instead of panic. Breathing science supports this shift. Slow, deliberate breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's brake pedal, reducing heart rate and quieting the fight-or-flight loop that keeps the DMN busy. Studies show that even a minute of slow breathing can reduce cortical arousal, lowering the chance of racing thoughts. And visualization plays its part. Sleep researchers like Allison Harvey have found that imagining safe and positive scenes before bed reduces cognitive arousal, the very mental buzz that blocks sleep. It's as if you hand your brain a new script right before the curtains close. Combine these findings and a picture emerges. The default mode network fuels night overthinking. Neuroplasticity means it's open to change in the pre-sleep window. Slow breathing and guided imagery can flip the switch from stress to calm. This is why ancient advice, review and release the day, breathe slowly, picture peace, matches modern scans and lab results. The philosopher's guest. Science now shows the circuitry. And this brings us to the practical part. If you know the right way to guide your brain in that last minute before sleep, you can press the hidden button that stops the mental noise and invites quick, peaceful rest. Stay with me because in the next section 1, I'll walk you through a simple 60-second ritual that does exactly that and explain why it works. We've come a long way tonight. You've seen how ancient wisdom warned us about the restless mind. Aristotle noticed that when the senses fall silent, the inner world wakes up. Seneca taught us to review the day and let go before sleep. Buddhist masters showed us that thoughts can drift away like clouds when we stop chasing them. You've also discovered what modern science now confirms. The default mode network, that wandering mental stage, lights up when the world goes quiet, but it's not fixed. It's plastic, especially right before sleep. Slow breathing can flip your nervous system from fight to rest. Guided imagery can give your brain a new script just before it stores the day. All of this points to something powerful. Night isn't the enemy, it's an opening. The same brain that can trap you in loops can also release you into calm if you guide it. Now imagine this. Tonight you lie down and instead of being ambushed by racing thoughts, you know exactly what to do. You close your eyes and within a minute, the noise begins to fade. Your breath slows, your body softens. Sleep doesn't wait for exhaustion anymore. It arrives with calm and certainty. Over time, your nights stop feeling like a battle and start feeling like a reset, a place where your brain heals instead of replays. Let's do the ritual together right now. To start, choose a comfortable position. I suggest you lie on your back and place one hand gently over your chest. Breathe in slowly through your nose to a count of 4. Hold it for 2. Then breathe out softly through your mouth to a count of 6. As you exhale, imagine the day leaving your body. Do this 3 times, letting each breath tell your nervous system that it's safe to rest. Now, picture the moments of today as small lanterns floating on a quiet river. See them drift away one by one until the water grows still. Whisper to yourself or just think, I release today. It is done. Next, imagine a small glowing button deep inside your brain. On your next slow exhale, see yourself pressing it gently. Feel a warm light spread from that button, washing over your thoughts, turning down the volume until there's only calm. Say quietly, I am safe, I am calm, I am ready for rest. This simple minute combines everything we've talked about. The slow breathing activates your parasympathetic system, lowering heart rate and silencing the default mode network. The act of releasing the day uses the same memory process that stores pain, but this time you re-tagging the day as finished. And the visualization gives your brain a new script to save before sleep, safety instead of stress. If you try this tonight, pay attention to what happens. Does the noise fade sooner? Does sleep come easier? Share your experience in the comments. Your story can help someone else who's been fighting the same nightly battle. And if you want to keep rewiring your subconscious and turning your nights into healing instead of anxiety, subscribe now. Every video here blends ancient wisdom with modern neuroscience to help you break free from unconscious patterns and build a calmer, more awake life.